Well, welcome back in, and as you guys can see, we are joined now by some special guests here in the studio, and we're actually making history tonight. This is the first time that we've had a boxer here on Toyota Sports Extra, so it gives me great privilege to introduce you guys to boxer, Sacramento boxer, Albert Ochoa, and he is joined right next to him by his trainer. He is an Olympian, former boxer, still can probably get down in the ring, Vicente Escobedo. Thank you guys so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
We should have split them up because this looks like we're doing a tag team match and we're going to get wiped. So I'm standing as far over here as possible. If they get angry, you just step a little bit closer, all right? I'll be safe over here.
Oh, Matt, you didn't know this was the tag team part? That's the second part of the interview.
Tag me out.
Tag me in.
But with that being said, obviously, thank you so much for being here. Obviously, 2 weeks away from a big fight.
Big fight.
Yeah. But before we get into that, Albert, I kind of want to go back and talk about your background because you didn't get into becoming a boxer in a conventional journey.
Correct.
You started off as a reality star.
Okay.
Many people know you from taking Kylie Jenner to prom.
Yeah, a lot of people know me as that. You know, I took Kylie Jenner to my prom. Reality TV, E! News, went nationwide. Built a big fan base following, Now, a few years later, we joined this sport, and it's been pretty good.
So, just out of curiosity, you achieved this huge following from taking the Kylie girl to prom, Kylie Jenner. Forgive me for all the fans out there before I get the hate mail. But for taking Kylie to prom, you accrued this huge following, and then you decided to get into boxing. What inspired you from going to reality star to say, you know what, I'm going to pick up this boxing trade?
I just felt like I was, I was always different. I always felt like I was different, and joining this sport was totally a 360, and I wasn't used to it. And my path is different than most traditional boxers. I understand that. But I am working with great people. I have a former Olympian by my side, Golden Boy, that believes in me, I get goosebumps thinking about it, and it's been really good, and that's why I'm so excited for June 24th. So it's going to be good. I'm excited.
When he walked in and you got to see him for the first time, like what was the first impression? Did you see the raw skill? Did you see the raw talent? You're like, oh, I got some work to do. Like what did you see when you first saw him walk in?
The first time I did see him, we did have some work to do. We're starting from scratch. We're starting from scratch, something he's never done. Saying it's going to take time. We had to work on fundamentals, getting better. Did I see he had the potential? Yes, he had the heart. I told him at the end of the day, what matters? Do you believe in yourself, Albert? Do you think you can do it? I go, yes. Okay, it doesn't matter what everyone else thinks. It doesn't matter what I think, whatever. I'm going to lead you the way, but at the end of the day, it's what you think. And if you have what it takes to make it, we can do it. We can do it together. You're just going to take time to develop.
Is there a point with fighters where you can see the separation between the pretenders and the real deal? Like maybe they think it's for them, and then they have a moment, a kind of a crossroads, and like, oh, this ain't for me, or yes, this is what I want to do. Did he have a moment like that?
He hasn't had a moment, no, but absolutely. When you, most people think they can do it, getting in there, getting in the ring, but you get hit, you get punched, it's no game, and he's been having some tough sparring the last few weeks, and I told him that's what we need. This is what's going to make you better. Sorry, I have gum in my mouth anyways. And I told him that's what's going to make you better. Getting hit, realizing, hey, this is for you, because people get hit and they say, you know what, this is not for me. This is tough and this is not what I want to do. And he's been hanging in there. So, I think after this is just going to go nothing but evolve and get better.
What you just said about getting hit, that reminds me of that famous quote from Mike Tyson. He says, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, absolutely.
And clearly you responded when you were hit. But back to you, Vicente, what was it about Albert that made you a believer in him as a boxer?
I think that he just has, he has to have background. He has, he's related to Tiger Lopez. And I think that carry a little bit of background of fighting. Comes from a fighting family, somewhat, even though he's, not doing the traditional way, which is fine, Just because you're not going the traditional doesn't mean you can become a great fighter, right? I think you put in the time, and I think, to me, was his discipline. His discipline and how he kept really approaching me, saying, Vicente, come on, please, train me, man. Show me the fundamentals. I need your help. And he kept telling me, and I just kind of, believed him. I go, okay, I believe in him. I believe he can do it. And to me, I believe I can bring him to the top, bring him to where he wants to get, because it's a team effort. And I think me being in the boxing business, me being in that type of environment, me showing him the way, leading him, it's only going to make him a better fighter. So.
Can you tell us a little bit about the first time you took that big shot? Or maybe you haven't taken that big shot yet, but the first time you took a shot and you realized, like, man, I can take this. I'm built for this. That wasn't that bad.
I just believe, I don't think I've had that big shot yet. But I think, it's not meant for everybody. He knows that. I know that. You know that. I just feel like, I want to prove everyone wrong. I want to prove the people that are believing in me, keep supporting me, and, like, you can do anything you want in this world. And for the people that are still doubting me, I think it's, I'm going to keep proving them wrong. So it's been really good, and, I'm very excited to still be in this sport, and, I think I have a long career in this sport. So.
You said several times out of that last answer, proving people wrong.
Okay.
Do you feel that you have more to prove than the average boxer because of the fact that you took this unconventional route and people may not take you as serious?
Most definitely. I have a lot to prove. I have a lot to show people that I'm a real boxer, that I can still maintain what I need to do, continue to win, continue to beat these guys they put in front of me. It's not my fault that I was blessed with a platform, blessed with a mindset that I can work hard and believe in anything I put my mind to, I can do. I've been very blessed to be around great people, like my trainer and the promoters, for Fight TV. And, it's been good. They're giving me an opportunity. I'm taking it. I'm believing in myself. I'm putting in the work behind it. A lot of these guys won't put in the work. They'll just talk about it. So, for me, I talk about it, but I'm putting in the work behind it.
For both of you, how lonely of a place is the boxing ring? And what I mean by that is you step in the squared circle, it's you versus a fighter. You have you have your corner, you have thousands of fans in attendance to watch you, but when the bell rings, it's just you. You're kind of by yourself. Yeah. How do you manage that mental side, and does it feel like you're on an island, or do you feel that support?
Yeah, I'll answer first, I guess. Yeah, it is a lonely sport. It is. It's you're in the gym. You're with your trainer. That's it. There's people that'll come in, watch, but they're not putting in the work with you. They're supporting you, yeah, but it is a lonely sport, because even on Fridays and Saturdays, everyone's excited to go to the club. For me, I'm excited to go to the gym. I'm at home with my family, resting, trying to find ways to develop mentally, as a young man. And that's how I've been all my life. I've been like this when I was 17, and now I'm still here, and I was an adult. It's been really good, so I can't complain, because I'm putting in the work, and I'm learning and developing as a young man.
I agree. I mean, it is a lonely sport. I mean, I'm in there. I have the eyes outside the ring. I mean, different view. I can only instruct him, what I see, what I do. But at the end of the day, I tell him, Albert, you're the one that has to get in there. You're the one that has to get in there and throw and take the punches, whatever you got to do. I mean, I'm the trainer. I'm there. I've done this to me. It's riding a bike. I can do this to me. It's easy work to me, But at the end of the day, I know his nerves come in play, and he starts, overthinking things. And I go, you got to stop with all that overthinking, and you're going to win. You got to go in there and believe yourself. It's a team effort, but at the end of the day, you're the one doing all the work. You're the one taking the punches, man. And it does get lonely, because when you're winning, everybody wants to be your friend, right? Everyone wants to be, but as soon as you lose, everyone else vanishes, And who's there? Who's there to be by your side? Your family, trainer, your close friends, people that really love you. They're there. And I've been there. I've been there and done that, and I've seen it.
You say you've been there and done that. Obviously, we know that you are a former Olympian. Yeah. You're also from Woodland.
Yes.
And you being from Sacramento. I kind of want to talk about, boxing in this area. Prior to coming out here, we were talking about some fighters who are from the Sacramento area. But with you two both being locals, and we've seen quite a few locals out of this area, Stockton and Sacramento, who have kind of branched out. Why do you feel boxing is growing so much, just in the 209, 916, and this area in general?
You want to answer it?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So, yes, I was born and raised in Woodland, right? Most of my amateur career, was here in Sacramento, the Washington Center. A lot of people know about the Washington Center. It's been around in the early 90s. Sacramento is a big boxing. I think it's a big boxing town. I mean, you got Tony Tiger Lopez. You had Willie Jordan from West Sacramento. We had Diego Corrales. Then you have Uriah Faber. UFC. There's a lot of fighters. Sacramento's a boxing city. I think that's why it has history. It has history with all these great fighters. I mean, and the list goes on and on. When I went to train with Freddie Roach, he would tell me all these great stories about Sacramento and all these, just tons of stories of Sacramento and the boxing city and how many great fighters came out of there. I just think we need to promote it. We need someone big to promote these fighters and bring these fighters, to a higher level or to on TV, television, or something. We just don't have that here. That's what we need.
But there always seems to be a foundation of respect before a fight and especially after a fight.
Right.
Can you speak about like the respect side of boxing and maybe the art form of that?
When it comes to your opponent?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's no respect with my opponent. June 24th, he already says what one round he needs with me to win. I don't think so. I don't think he has what it takes to beat me. But I mean, yeah, there's some fights that there is a mutual respect, but this one, there's no respect here. He's mentioned my trainers, he's mentioned me, and yeah, there's no respect.
So for those wondering who he's talking about, he's taking on Xavier Long, June 24th. That's in 2 weeks from now. And it's safe to say that you and Xavier won't be going out for a pre-lunch before the fight, or
No, not at all.
Now, as we look ahead to this fight, you've been obviously in the gym. You have been training very hard with Vicente. As you're just a couple of weeks away, you heard what Xavier said about you and how he just needs one round to take you down and whatnot. How do you use that as like motivation going into this fight? Because I know with boxing, a lot of it's mental. You want to psych out your opponent. You want to get in their face. Like when they do the face-offs, you want to talk your smack. So, how are you using his words as motivation as you prepare for this?
I just think, I'm overall better. I have the great trainers. I have the great, I have the talent. I'm coming up, I have everything it takes to beat him. The only one that can beat me is myself. And that's why June 24th, I have to perform. I have to do what I was taught by Vicente. And if I do, I should come out winning, and I know I'm going to win. But, at the end of the day, he wants to sell a fight. That's fine. This is his last chance of popularity using my name. And that's what he's doing. He's mentioning everyone, trainers and me and the promotion. So I was like, all right, whatever, dude.
Now, this fight is for a pretty big belt. Can you explain a little bit about, what this is for?
Well, I mean, back to, when you see the crossover boxing, the PBA and the ICB and, the Misfits, everyone's involved with this fight. And they're coming from London to watch this fight. They're sanctioning it, the 4 rounds. And yeah, it just makes it a big fight in general for this crossover scene because it is sanctioned by them. And the goal is to get on Misfits in the zone next year. And so just win this fight. And, at the end of the day, that's what's going to matter.
I want to go back to something you said just a second ago. You said the only person that can beat me is myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like that mentality that you bring into the ring with you. I'm not asking for your game plan. I'm not asking. Don't share anything like that.
Share it all.
No, keep that quiet because we'll see it when it actually comes out in the ring. But that side of it, that mental side that you bring to the ring, is that where you see most fights won and lost? Is that mentality that you bring?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe, we talk a lot about mentality. I think my skill is there to win. It's just now it's the mentality part, believing in yourself, which I do believe in myself and my trainers believe in me. I just think I just can't let, what negative thoughts people got to say about me get to me. I can't let the fear of losing get to me. I can't let, there's a lot of anxiety and stress that goes into this. And I've been mentally strong to prepare. I've been preparing. So now I just got to perform and get the job done. And yeah, so.
When you're in his corner, are you focusing more on like what you notice of technical things that he can do better, or are you looking at how he's doing mentally and trying to coach that side, or is it all of the above?
All of the above.
Yeah.
All of the above. Obviously, I have a different view.
Mm-hmm. I
can see the openings, tell him what he's doing wrong, or hey, how does he feel? Does he hit hard? Or but at the end of the day, I think Albert has just more time in the gym. He's more skillful. His fundamentals are much better, and I just think he has the desire more to win. And I tell him all the time, I go, Albert, the game is chess, not checkers. You got to think in there. You really got to think, even though you have a little bit of time, but you really got to think, and you got to put all that together and make it happen.
It's funny. Earlier you said that Albert overanalyzes, and I'd be like, I would overanalyze too if I know I'm about to get punched in the face. I would be thinking about everything if I would.
Yeah.
Now, Albert, I want to go back to something real quick that you said earlier as far as marketability.
Okay.
And being, you talked about being marketable. And
okay.
Actually, first of all, I wish I would have known that you had all this bling. I would have brought my sunglasses on set so I'd be able to look at you.
We had to dim the lights just a little bit.
Yeah, right? You're just blinging all over the place here. But, when it comes to that, and I do like your outfit, if you can talk about the O chain a little bit. I know there's some significance behind that.
Yeah, the O, shout out to Gold USA. They've been a big support. They believed in me since my first fight. And I've kept winning, kept growing, and, they blessed me with this amazing chain. And it goes to, it's the crown, and then my last name's Ochoa. King. My little brother's King. He's my best friend. My grandfather's nickname was King. He passed away, rest in peace. And I just feel like I can live up to that name, King. I feel like, I'm different. I've always felt like I was different and made to be that person. And, I'm living it, and I just got to perform.
It seems like there's a lot of representation in fighting, whether it's UFC, boxing, whatever it may be. And what I mean by that is you have countries, flags that are worn to rings, countries rally around fighters and the representation of a community or a group of people. When you fight, do you keep that in mind of the people that you're fighting for, the people that you're representing, and who are those people?
I think a big really is, my family. I've always been family, very traditional. I don't go anywhere with my family. As you can see, they're on set. When the very first time I went to the club, when I turned 18, I had my grandma in the limo. Not many people know that.
Whoa.
She was like, "You're crazy." She's like, "I can't go in the club with you." But for me, I'm very family oriented. And so I think I'm fighting for myself and my family. I want to prove to others you can do anything you want in this world. And, I'm showing that and I'm living that. So, yeah.
Going to the club with grandma, that's a first. I don't think I've ever.
I like that one. Yeah, it's different. It's cool. I love my grandma. She's always there for me when I have a heartbreak, and always there for me when I need someone, and I love her. So.
All right, before we get all sentimental in here, we got to talk boxing. But before we wrap this up, something I ask a lot of athletes, especially a lot of young professional athletes, as you talked about, it took a village to get you here. Your family, your friends, your trainers. Everybody that kind of pitched in to help you, to support you, unwavering support to get you to where you're at.
Yeah.
If you could give advice to young Albert, or if you could just give advice to a younger kid out there who kind of wants to follow in your footsteps, what kind of words of wisdom or encouragement would you say?
Words of wisdom, I would say, follow your dreams. Not a lot of people are going to support you, and you're going to find the real people through time. And just at the end of the day, as long as you believe in yourself, you can't lose. So,
I had a quick question for you too. With Albert, like there's casual boxing fans, and then there's like the real passionate boxing fans. That fan base in particular, why should they pay attention to what Albert's doing? Like, what is it about Albert that they need to see?
I just think overall, he's exciting. He is. He's marketable. He knows how to sell. He knows how to talk, and he knows how to. He's got the looks. He's got the looks, and he can fight. Is he at the top where we want to be? No, but it takes time to get there, right? That's what we're trying to get. We're trying to get there, and I think with time, it's gonna get there. I mean, it takes. Like I tell people all the time, all this stuff takes time. Time in the gym, time sparring in there. I mean, you're gonna have some of your tough sparrings in the gym, but that's how you get better. You gotta have people at your level. Sometimes even better than you, but not too experienced, right? Because he wants to get in there with me sometimes, and he has, But I'm like, Albert, I'm just gonna make you miss and miss and miss. You're not really gonna hit me. You're really not gonna learn much, compared to a guy that's, at your level and fighting there and really trying to hurt you, and be very intense. That's how you're gonna learn, and he has learned, and he's, we're gonna get there with time, little by little. So I think he's just an exciting fighter. Like I said, he's marketable, and man, people doubt him, but. I think, like I told him, he's gonna knock this guy out. He's gonna knock this guy out. If he's in there, letting his hands go and being what I tell him, what I, taking advice and my instructions, he's gonna knock this guy out.
Well, Albert, last thing that I have.
Yeah.
Do you care about your legacy? Do you think at all about like your legacy when you're finished, or is it a day at a time thing? And if you think about your legacy, what do you want your legacy to be in this sport?
My legacy in the sport, again, not everyone's gonna like you and support you, but at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. What matters is if you're putting in the work. What matters is if you're still staying true to yourself, and that's what I've been doing. So, my legacy is everything. I think about my future family, my future wife, my future kids, my kids' kids, and I know that's what I'm doing it for. I want them to be proud. I want to have a son or a daughter that's gonna be proud of me, what I did, in my young 20s, or even as time goes by. So I think about the future so much. Which is why I'm fighting. I feel like everyone's a fighter at one point. You fight every day, and I fight every single day to live a dream that I want to continue to live a dream and continue just to keep accomplishing what I want to accomplish. So, yeah.
I love that. Well, on that note, Albert, we wish you luck. He's fighting June 24th in Southern California. What is the name of the arena?
At Academy LA. So it's gonna be cool. I'm excited, and shout out to Fight TV for streaming this fight.
There you go. Now, you know, Vicente said that, Albert, he said you're going to knock out Xavier, so no pressure. You know, there was this song that said Mama said knock you out, but what you said earlier, Grandma said knock him out.
Grandma said, yeah.
So we wish you luck on this fight. You know, definitely come back and see us.
Yeah.
And we wish you all the success heading out of here.
Thank you. It means a lot, and I know it means a lot to Vicente, so thank you.
Good deal.
Thank you.
All right, once again, guys, that is Albert Ochoa and Vicente Escobedo. Once again, he is fighting in 2 weeks, June 24th. All right, here's what we have coming up next right here on Toyota Sports Extra.